Wholeness guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rashida Silvertree, and today we're going to dive into the topic of cycles and seasons. And so this is titled "To Know the Future is to Become Trapped by It." As I'm saying this for you, but I'm also saying this for me, because again, I have this secret obsession with time and how we use time, to organize and to manipulate our reality. It's so fascinating to me. We use clocks. We're now digital clocks. We use clocks to organize time, days of the week, the month, the year, the decades, the seasons, right? There's organic ways to track time, synthetic ways to track time, and cycles and seasons. But one thing I will say that human beings are very, very, that can trip us up a little bit is the future. Now, to know the future is to become trapped by it. This video is actually for those of you who are into energy readings, and for those of you who are into like tarot, astrological maps such as the Vedic astrology and Western astrology, zodiac signs and whatnot. Don't worry, I'm not coming for your life. It's just kind of something interesting I find when with this obsession with the future. When we lock ourselves into a certain narrative or experience or timeline that our egos believe is most fitting for us, it can trap us into a certain trajectory that can cut out all other potential or pure potentialities, if you will, okay? That came from the 7 laws of, the 7 spiritual laws by Deepak Chopra. Pure potentiality is the infinite space of anything that could happen. It's almost like the present, past, and future are all in this beautiful soup, and you have all of these possibilities that could take place given your current frequency. And what is true alignment? Well, true alignment is when you have a thought, you have a desire, you have a feeling, and you take action, right? That thought, that seed in the mind and that desire in the heart and the body, then it inspires movement. It inspires the body to then take action to bring about to create a manifestation, if you will. And so when we strengthen our energy vortex, the mind, heart, body, okay, and to move into a certain direction that will help a manifestation to take place, every pure potential possibility out in the known universe or consciousness itself, within you and without, it's there, right? Everything that could possibly go wrong, everything that could possibly go right, everything that can, bring about more opportunity, and then everything that can bring about more chaos. Sometimes, have you ever wondered where you want something so bad? Like, let's say going to college, right? You're 18 years old, you want to go to a 4-year university, and you're like, this is going to better my life. This is going to better my life. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is the thing I want to do. So you lock into that. You become trapped by that goal, and you're like, yes, this is it. This is it. You go through the trials and the errors and the ebbs and flows of college experience, and then you graduate, and you're like, okay, all right, now what? You have a hard time finding a job. You have to move in or back in with mom or dad to save up money. You don't have a lot of, work experience. You have to go out in the real world and get work experience. You have to build up your resume. Oh, you have to, save up money for a place and all this other stuff. Another example, You're thinking, oh, I have this desire for marriage. I want to marry the one, the one, the one. It's always the one, right? I wanted the one, the one. To me, anytime someone says, oh, I found the one, it's almost like this deep soul desire to become one with God. That is what I see marriage as, but that'll be another video. Like truly, that's what marriage is becoming one with God. Again, seeing God in the other and marrying yourself to that, unifying yourself with that. That's why marriage, when human beings practice marriage, it is the covenant that you share with another human being, where you're on this journey and you both are on the journey of rediscovering, Christ consciousness, God, higher power together as a unit. You move equally yoked, right? But to me, spiritually speaking, marriage is just a desire to marry. Mariage is a desire to marry, to become one with the Most High. But we've humanized it into, oh, I'm going to seek another outside myself. But one must become married within. So let's get back on track with, this desire for a certain outcome, right? So you desire to become married, you want marriage. So you go on a couple dates, no, he's not it. You go on a couple dates, oh, she's not it. And then, oh my gosh, you find the one, right? And you think you already have your definition of what marriage is. They have their definition of what marriage is. And you get together, and then 5 years, 10 years, 12 years go by, and whoops, oh my gosh, this is not the person that God intended me to be with. Here's another thing. To know the future is to become trapped by it if you leave out God. If you leave out consciousness, if you leave out the whole, the all that is. When we attach if you have an energy reader that does a display of cards or runes or whatever system they use to help you understand your reality, because you're not, either you truly believe you don't have the capacity to do so yourself, no shade. When you go to them, you're like, oh, can you please help me? I'm going through this situation. And then they splay out, they do their energy reading, whatever device or tool they use, okay? And they say, oh, well, do you have a potential outcome to, be with the boyfriend or girlfriend, or you have new love coming, or you have this new job opportunity coming, or you have this big money loss that's coming, or, ooh, you might need to avoid this person that's coming your way because they're going to do you harm. Okay, here's the thing that I've come to realize. So I've studied a lot of the tarot readers online, a lot of them over several years, probably the past 7 years. I've watched a lot of their material. And I must say, what the main thing I notice with these readings is that there is a lack of God in it. Like, there is no, like, there's something missing in it. And I've met true healers, okay? Truly, okay? Like real deal, they know what they're doing, okay? Very God-led people that just know stuff and they can do stuff, right? And it's all about their alignment with that higher power to me that makes it real. That there's a lack in something. And then the ego attaches itself to the energy read. Have you noticed that? The ego will attach itself to this potential future. And then you attach yourself to this potential future without any God, without anything higher than the ego. Not truly understanding that you're bringing in and you're helping to manifest what you're putting your energy into. It's something I'm questioning, because for a while I've done my own energy readings. I stay away from astrology. I don't do this, Scorpio, Leo, Pisces. I do believe there's truth in everything, and then there's some lies in some things too. So it's a double-edged sword here. There's a lot you can learn from astrology and tarot, but there's also a lot that you can just learn by closing your eyes and shutting off your phone and going into meditation and sitting with the God source within yourself. The less spiritual tools someone uses, the better off you'll be. Truly. The more you bring in cards and all this other stuff, it can muddle the true message. But I digress. This is something I'm wrestling within myself. I don't use tarot, obviously. You guys, if you look at my energy readings from the past, I use trees. I use wood to do my divination and to do readings for people, or for the collective specifically. And I'm working on a current project that will, but I'm not willing to share that right now at this time. But it has me thinking. You have to be very careful with predictions. And I share this at the very end of, the year 2023 with you. Just, if anything, if you're going to do energy readings that will, prophesize a potential future for you, make sure that you say, universe, God, Christ, Jesus, Allah, whatever, may it come at the right time, and may whatever's coming my way be right for me at the right time. Because a lot of the time, the things that are coming your way may not be right for you, and it may not be good for you, but it's coming your way regardless. And you have to be very aware of that when you're tuning into these readings, and when you're doing it, or you pay someone $45 to $300. Yes, I've been there. It's okay. I'm going to make another video regarding on how you can predict your own future. Truly, you can. If anything, it's more mathematical than, I would say, esoteric. Truly. But it's all about recognizing your own patterns in your life, because the things that, life is full of deja vu. Life is full of repetition. You don't learn certain patterns, the patterns will continue to keep repeating itself. Behaviors will keep repeating itself until the initial issue, imbalance, fragmentation is addressed at hand first. That's Psychology 101. You go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist to get some help to work through current trauma. Oh my gosh, for example, drinking. I got a drinking problem. Okay. So then guess what? The psychologist is going to start asking you questions. How do you feel when you drink? How long have you been feeling this way? And then they go backwards. Literally, they go back to the beginning of your life. The type of shit you've experienced, traumas that you've been through, unresolved issues in your character. And that takes time. It does. But really, it's really psychology. There's so much psychology and spirituality, it's not even funny. There's so much spirituality in psychology. It's all about the patterns in your own life that dictates your future outcome. You know what I'm saying? If somebody, you don't go to school, for example, you don't go to school, you skip out on school, you have detentions all the time, you're skipping class, you're going out partying on weekends, you don't tell your parents where you're going, they ask, you get in a fight with them, you steal money, and then all of a sudden you go out in the hood, you meet the wrong people, you get human trafficked, now you're addicted to so-and-so and so-and-so, and someone bumps into you. And you're like, can you tell me what the next decade of my life will be? And I would tell you, well, given your current situation and the frequency that you're on at this current moment, right now, your potential outcome isn't very good. It's all about presence. We need to really get back to presence in these energy readings. My dear, dear people out there who are doing all these readings on YouTube, we really need to get back to being present, because that is where God is. God's everywhere, okay? Consciousness is everywhere. Presence is present because it's a gift. It's the now. Like Ram Dass, be here now. It's happening right now. God's happening right now. Life is happening right now. And in this digital world, we can create all kinds of illusions that has its own frequency too. So, with this message, I'm just saying with all my heart, like, and I want to bring in more presence into my readings in a way that's more in alignment of the higher power and not of just ego. Oh, new relationship, oh, new money, oh, this, that. Is very, very material driven. I don't mean to sound judgy, but it is. It is. There's more to life. There's more to life than the material world. Material world is a reflection of the human spirit. It's a reflection of our mind as a human collective, and the heart of the human collective, and our body, our physical self. That's what the material world is. And the digital world is a reflection of our reality that we can manipulate. It's a whole mess, really. But just food for thought. That's just what I wanted to share with you guys. See you in the next video.